Hello, I'm Caroline Cooper and welcome to the next in my mini video series of the A to Z of creating a service culture. So why am I holding a dictionary? Well, today we're on to the letter W, and W is for words. How do words impact your service culture? Well, the words, your terminology, the vocabulary that you use can have a massive impact on how you are perceived both by your customers and your team members. So they are bound to influence your culture. So in this short video, I want just to cover 4 areas in terms of the choice of words that you use. So first of all, in terms of building rapport. People generally like people who are like themselves, and one of the ways that we can be like other people is to use terminology and phraseology that they feel comfortable with. So mirror your customer's terminology, use the types of words that your team feel comfortable with, and also beware of any particular jargon that you might have within your business, because you don't want to be blinding people with science. The second area is thinking about how words can alter people's perception of the value that you place on something. And I'm sure we all remember the Gerald Ratner situation a few years ago in how he described his jewellery. And bear in mind that also over 50% of people's buying decisions based on the emotions that you create. So what you want to be doing is using terminology that creates the right type of emotions. So if you're describing food, for example, you might want something that's warming, or it's delicious, or it's tasty. So all the things that are going to conjure up the right emotions within people. And this is important that you communicate these to your team, not that they have a script, but get them to come up with their own phraseology, their own descriptions of your products and services that they feel comfortable with. The third area is thinking about when we're dealing with a disagreement, whether that is a complaint or having to tell somebody no. And again, the vocabulary that we use, is it positive or is it negative? It's very easy to get into sort of defensive mode when we are faced with a disagreement or a complaint. And frankly, people aren't really interested in whether it's your policy or what they can do or what they can't do. They certainly don't like being told what to do. So find a way of saying those things, but using a more positive spin. So focus on what you can do, or what the customer can do, or your team member can do, rather than what they can't do. And then finally is thinking about the common courtesies. So the sort of words that you say. What's the first thing that people hear you say in the morning? What's the last thing that they hear from you at night? So a nice cheery good morning, a nice positive good evening. Using people's names. People love to hear their names used, providing you get it right. So never abbreviate somebody's name unless you have got their permission to do so. And of course also a sincere thank you can go a long way in leaving people feeling positive. So there are 4 areas to think about in terms of your wording or your vocabulary. So if you only do one thing as a result of this video today, is just reflect over the next 24 hours to think about your vocabulary, the wording that you use, and does that leave a positive impact or a negative impact? So that's all from me for today. I look forward to speaking to you again tomorrow. Bye for now.